It begins with a worker climbing a ladder placed against an unstable wall. At first, everything looks fine, but a slight movement makes the ladder wobble. He tries to steady himself, but it's too late. The ladder slides away, and he falls to the ground. What seemed safe just a second ago ends in pain and shock. Inside a warehouse, a forklift driver struggles to stay awake. The work is repetitive, the lights are dim, and fatigue starts taking over. His eyes close for only a moment, but the forklift keeps moving forward. In seconds, it slams into a rack full of heavy boxes, and everything crashes down around him. In another factory, two men work beside a fast-moving machine. One of them loses his footing, slips on the oily floor, and the other instinctively reaches out to help. But the machine keeps running, pulling both dangerously close. The noise, the panic, the speed, all of it happens within seconds. A car mechanic works under the hood of a vehicle. He's focused, checking the engine, when suddenly the bonnet snaps shut. He jumps back, shaken but lucky to escape without serious injury. Next, a man parks his motorcycle outside an office and walks inside. Just moments later, a heavily loaded truck nearby loses balance and overturns exactly where the man was standing. He has no idea how close he came to death. On a busy street, a man walks along the footpath, distracted by his phone. There's an open drain ahead, unmarked, uncovered. He takes one wrong step and disappears into it. Another man gets out of his car without engaging the handbrake. The car slowly rolls forward until it hits a wall. No one is hurt, but it's a costly mistake and a lesson learned the hard way. A heavy crane tries to pull out a smaller crane stuck in a pit. The cables tighten, the engines roar, but the load is too much. Suddenly, the smaller crane tilts, loses balance, and crashes down with a loud thud. The operators rush to safety as the dust rises. A man decides to swing from a rope tied to a branch. The rope looks strong, but it's handmade and old. As soon as he jumps, the rope snaps and he falls straight onto the ground. A moment of fun turns into instant regret. In a tourist area, visitors crowd onto a small lift-like platform meant for just a few people. The metal creaks under the weight, and then it snaps. Everyone falls, landing painfully but luckily surviving. Overcrowding turns a beautiful view into chaos. Inside a production plant, a woman's glove gets caught in a conveyor belt. She reacts quickly, trying to pull it free, but the machine doesn't stop. In a blink, her hand is pulled in, and the situation turns serious before anyone can react. At another site, a man climbs down from a loader carrying heavy material. He loses his balance and falls hard on his back. Meanwhile, across the floor, a gas pump suddenly bursts as pressure builds up beyond its limit. Flames and smoke fill the area. A crane is lifting materials high above when a worker passes directly underneath. A piece slips and drops toward him. He freezes, but miraculously, it misses him by inches. One step closer, and the outcome would have been fatal. On a bridge under construction, engineers use a crane incorrectly, causing a massive section of the structure to collapse. Dust, debris, and panic fill the air. The project halts instantly. In another metal shop, a worker making a circular metal disc accidentally touches the moving blade. It cuts his hand before he can react. Nearby, two young boys are jumping on stacked metal sheets for fun. One sheet bends, breaks, and one of them falls straight through. During routine cleaning, a heavy metal bearing, left unsecured on an upper shelf, suddenly drops and hits a worker below. He never saw it coming. In a foundry, workers melt metal at extreme temperatures. The furnace overloads, the molten metal expands, and in an instant, there's an explosion of sparks and fire. Everyone runs for cover. A worker loading goods onto a cart doesn't notice a woman walking in front of him. The cart rolls forward, striking her, and she falls. It's a small moment of carelessness, but it could have been avoided with attention and coordination. Somewhere else, a huge truck is being lifted onto a bridge by two cranes. The weight is uneven, and suddenly both cranes lose balance. The truck plunges down, crushing everything below. In a workshop, vibrations from running machines shake the floor. A gas cylinder starts rattling, tips over, and explodes with a deafening sound. A young man stands on a moving conveyor belt, thinking it's funny. But the belt catches his clothes, pulls him in, and he barely escapes serious injury. In another accident, a bus mechanic is working under a parked bus near a river. Suddenly, the river's current moves the vehicle slightly, and it starts rolling. The mechanic scrambles to safety just in time. A second mechanic in another shop connects a battery line incorrectly. The wire sparks, the fuel pump ignites, and there's a sudden short circuit. A flash of light followed by smoke. A worker on a hydraulic truck platform loses control when the system jerks. The platform drops suddenly, throwing him to the ground. Finally, a man loading boxes for fun on uneven soil loses his balance, slips backward, and falls hard. It looks minor, but injuries from such falls can last a lifetime.